My name is Maya. I'm 15 years old, and for the past 3 years, no one in my family has had a real job. Want to know why? Because I was their job. Every day after school, I'd rush home, put on makeup, adjust the lights, and sit in front of the camera. I'd smile, dance, promote products, do whatever the sponsors wanted. Then the videos would be edited, uploaded, and the money would roll in. I had millions of followers, but nobody knew who I really was. We lived a flashy life, big house, new cars, luxury vacations. When neighbors asked what my mom and dad did, they'd say digital marketing and smile. It wasn't exactly a lie. I was their digital product, marketed every single day. But no one knew, absolutely no one. What would you do? If you were 15, providing your family's entire income but not even allowed to mention it? Would you keep quiet and continue, or would you try to stop it somehow? It didn't start this way. When I was 12, my mom pitched it as a fun project. We'd shoot a few videos, share them with friends, maybe earn some pocket money. My first video was a simple makeup tutorial. It got 50,000 views. The next week, a brand sent products and asked me to promote them. Mom was thrilled. Look how talented you are. And she signed the contract. I was 12. I couldn't read contracts and I had no idea what it would become. 6 months later, I had 500,000 followers. Brands were lining up. Mom quit to become my full-time manager. Dad left his job to be the producer. And me, I turned into a kid working 4-5 hours after school every day, 10 hours on weekends. This is your dream, they'd say, but I don't remember ever dreaming it. I was just trapped in theirs. Our shooting schedule hung on the wall, color-coded hours, sponsorship deals, content calendars. Monday, morning routine. Tuesday, product review. Wednesday, fashion looks. Thursday, Q&A. Friday, weekly vlog. Weekends, special content, live streams and exclusives for premium subscribers. It never stopped. Never. Nobody at school knew. Mom insisted privacy is key. You need to be just Maya before you're a brand, she'd say. But the real reason was different. If school found out, if teachers noticed, questions would arise. Child labor laws, were my hours legal, proper permissions, where was the money going? Those questions were dangerous, for them. The first year was still fun, new clothes, makeup, likes, comments, I felt special. But year 2 changed everything. The exhaustion wasn't just physical. Forcing smiles, always seeming happy, being the perfect version in every video, it drained me. One shoot, I broke down crying, just stopped and cried. Mom didn't turn off the camera. This is authentic, she said. Viewers love real emotions. That video exploded. Comments called me brave and strong. But I was just a tired kid whose tears were monetized. By year 3, it wasn't a family project anymore. It was a business, and I was the unpaid employee. All earnings went to their accounts. We're saving it for you until you're 18, they'd say. But I never saw statements, I didn't know totals. Questioning spending wasn't allowed. My grades plummeted. How could they not? Shooting until 11 p.m, editing, replying to comments, then school at 7 a.m, checking engagement during lunch. Drops mean lost brands. Homework. Videos matter more. Grades are temporary, this career is forever. One day, my English teacher, Ms. Rivera, kept me after class. Maya, we need to talk, she said gently. No assignments for 2 months, sleeping in class, everything okay, I lied at first. Fine, just tired. But she really looked at me like she cared. The exhaustion in your eyes isn't normal for 15. What do you do at night? Something snapped. Maybe I'd waited years for someone to ask. I work, I whispered. Every night, I can't stop. If videos stop my family. Words stuck. She sat across from me. What kind of work? Parents' permission, school? No, I shook my head. No one knows, they don't want them to. I'm an influencer, millions of followers, daily videos, all money to them. Her face shifted, concern to shock to resolve. Maya, this is illegal, child labor laws. Earnings should be yours in a trust. Hours affecting school, definitely unlawful. Fear and relief hit at once. Someone finally said it. Someone was on my side. What can I do? I whispered. They're my family, I need them, but I can't keep going. First, document everything, she said calmly. Schedules, contracts, transfers, hours, evidence. I have a friend, a child rights lawyer. Talk to her. You have options, Maya, and the right to use them. Walking home, I thought, not about the next video, but my future. What would you do? Knowing your family lives off you, but you can't take it. Stay silent or seek outside help and risk it all. Mom was waiting. Late 30 minutes, sponsor call, you weren't here. Talk to my teacher. Her face tightened. About, grades dropping. I roll, not important now. Big campaign coming, focus. But I need school too, I said, voice shaking. I'm still a student. You're a brand, she snapped. This is our life, we live because of you, remember that. That night I started the evidence notebook. Hidden, everything poured in. Hours, brand payments from glimpsed emails, their words, my feelings. Shooting hours. Monday, 4:09 p.m. 5 HRS. Tuesday, 4:09 p.m. 5 HRS. Wednesday, 3:08 p.m. 5 HRS. Thursday, 4:10 p.m. 6 HRS. Friday, 5:11 p.m. 6 HRS. Saturday, 10 a.m. 8 p.m. 10 HRS. Sunday, 12:07 p.m. 7 HRS. Weekly, 44 hours. Seeing 44 hours shocked me. Full-time adult job, plus no homework, friends, parties, just camera, lights, forced smiles, perfection, pressure. Next day lunch, Ms. Rivera and a serious woman. Maya, attorney Thompson, child rights expert. Hello Maya, situation explained. Questions but confidential, your permission only. Ready. Yes, sir. Age 15, content since 12, trust account, don't know, never seen. Hours showed notebook. She scanned it, browse up. 44 hours weekly. Serious child labor violation, max 18 under conditions. This is exploitation. Exploitation, echoed. They didn't hit or yell much, just worked me. But yes. Maya, tell your story from start, then options. I did. Innocent beginnings, management shift, income control, grade drops, sleepless nights, constant pressure. Speaking felt like confession, releasing years of this is normal. Last question, do you want this, still create content? Paused, truly asked myself. Don't know, maybe if my control, but now, no, just want to stop, be 15. She nodded, then we act. Legal filing, earnings accounting, stop hours, if you want, temporary custody transfer, foster relative. Heart raced, taken away, too extreme, maybe talk first. You've talked, Ms. Rivera said. Years, tired, school, listened, changed, no, your well-being secondary to profit, you know. True, painful, they'll never forgive. Maybe, but change, stop exploiting, or 3 more years till 18. 3 years more, unbearable. Okay, whatever needed, pause. One condition, I tell them myself, face to face before court, lawyer meeting, explain why. Hesitation, then nod. Fine, I'll attend as witness, unsafe moment, we leave, deal. Deal. Home, mom at door, lunch at school, Ms. Rivera again. Yes, and another. Who? Child rights lawyer. Heavy silence, then rage, red face. What did you do? Report us. Not yet, tomorrow evening. Sit, you dad lawyer me, I'll say truths. Truths, shout. We gave you amazing life, fame because of us, everything dedicated to you. No, dedicated to my money, I'm done being your pawn. Living room, bag down, room, locked door, hands shook but strength surged. First no in years, first stand. Tomorrow, truths out. But were they ready to hear? More, was I ready for reactions? What would you do? Testify against family, say publicly they used you, risk all for freedom. Could you? The next day, school felt strange. It was like everyone knew, but of course no one did. As I walked the hallways, sat in class, waited in the cafeteria line, my mind kept drifting to the evening. To that meeting. To the confrontation. Attorney Thompson texted in the afternoon. I'll be at your house at 6:00 p.m. Be ready, be strong. We're with you. We're with you. Those words gave me a strange sense of security. For years, I hadn't felt anyone beside me except my family. And now I was realizing that maybe my family had never truly been beside me either. They were only beside the value I produced. I got home at 5:30 p.m. Mom was pacing in the living room on the phone with someone. No, cancel it, we're not available tonight. There's a family matter. She hung up when she saw me. Her eyes looked tired but hard. Maya, you can still drop this nonsense. No need to bring in a lawyer. We can talk, just us. I've been trying to talk for 3 years, Mom, I said calmly. You never listened, now you will because you have no choice. Dad was pretending to watch TV in the den, but he wasn't looking at the screen. His hands were clasped tightly, he was tense. He stood when he saw me. Maya, is this really necessary? We're a family, we don't have to take family matters outside. Family matter, I repeated. Dad, I work 44 hours a week, my money is hidden from me, my grades are falling, I can't sleep, this isn't a family matter, it's illegal. The doorbell rang. Exactly 6:00 p.m. Attorney Thompson was punctual. I opened the door and let her in. She wore a professional suit carrying a briefcase. She made eye contact with my parents. Good evening, I'm Attorney Sarah Thompson. I'm here to discuss Maya's situation. Mom forced a smile. Please sit, but I think there's a misunderstanding. We take excellent care of our daughter. She's happy, successful, has everything. Attorney Thompson pulled a folder from her briefcase and placed it on the table. Really? Then can you explain these figures? She opened it. Inside were bank statements, transfer records, sponsorship contracts. In the last 3 years, approximately $847,000 in revenue has been generated from Maya's social media accounts. Where is that money? Silence, heavy, suffocating silence. Even I held my breath. $847,000, almost $1 million. I had earned nearly $1 million and never seen a penny. Dad cleared his throat. It went to the family budget. House, cars, bills, Maya's needs. Maya's needs. Attorney Thompson pulled out another sheet. According to school records, in the last 6 months she's been caught sleeping in class 3 times. She complained to the school nurse of headaches, nausea, exhaustion. Psychological evaluation showed moderate depression and anxiety symptoms. Are these signs of the excellent care you mentioned? Mom leaned forward. Maya has always been dramatic. When she's a little tired, she thinks she's sick. Kids are like that. Mom, I said quietly. She ignored me. I said it again louder. Mom. She turned. I'm not dramatic. I'm exhausted, and you knew it. You heard me crying every night. You saw me unable to get up in the mornings, but you didn't care. Because the videos had to go up, the brands had to be happy, the money had to come in. It was all for your own good, Mom insisted. We were building a future for you. You won't need college, won't need to job hunt. You're already successful. But I don't even know what I want to be, I shouted. Everyone in the room flinched. You never asked, you never said, Maya, what do you want? You only said, what video are we shooting today? Which product are we promoting? To you, I'm not a person, I'm a revenue stream. Dad reached out. Maya, that's unfair, we love you, you're our daughter. Then why didn't you set aside any of the $847,000 for me? Attorney Thompson asked. Under child labor laws, at least 15% of a minor's earnings must go into a trust fund in the child's name. Does such a fund exist for Maya? Silence, that heavy, confessing silence again. We were going to, Dad said finally. We just hadn't had time, things moved so fast. 3 years, I said. 3 years isn't enough time. Or did you never plan to because it was easier to spend it yourselves? Mom jumped up. How can you talk to us like that? We gave you everything, without us you'd be nobody, just an ordinary, boring 15-year-old. That's exactly what I want, I screamed, tears filling my eyes. I want to be ordinary, I want to be boring, I want to hang out with friends, watch movies, laugh about stupid things. I want no one watching me, judging me, liking me, commenting on me. I just want to be Maya, not a brand, not a product, a human being. I started crying. Everything I'd bottled up for years poured out at once. Attorney Thompson came to my side and handed me a tissue. Maya, breathe, you're okay, we're here. Mom sat down, covering her face with her hands. Dad turned to the window. No one spoke. Finally, the attorney did. Mr. and Mrs. Miller, I'm giving you 2 options. First, voluntarily stop Maya's work hours, provide a full accounting of her earnings, establish a legal trust fund in her name, and begin regular sessions with a family therapist. Resolve it quietly within the family, no court. And the second option, Dad asked. Second, I file an official neglect case. Child Protective Services gets involved. Social Services investigates. Everything goes public in court. Maya's story becomes known, and you will very likely lose custody. Mom looked up. Are you blackmailing us? No, the attorney said calmly. I'm offering choices. You solve it yourselves or the court does, but one way or another this ends. Dad took a deep breath. If we accept the first, will Maya come home? Will everything go back to normal? No, I said before they could. It won't go back to normal because that normal was killing me, but maybe we can find a new normal, one where I have a say, where I'm treated like a human. Attorney Thompson continued. Maya will stay with Mrs. Johnson for the next 2 months, not in this house but with your neighbor. During that time you will begin family therapy. Maya's work schedule will be completely terminated, social media accounts will be frozen, and financial transparency will be provided. All accounts opened, a child trust fund established, and any unpaid amounts secured for Maya until she's 18. 2 months, Mom said. Our daughter won't be home for 2 months. Your daughter needs time to trust you again, the attorney said. And you need to relearn how to be parents, not managers. The room fell silent again. Finally, Dad spoke. Okay, we accept the first option. But Maya, know this, we love you. Maybe we did wrong, maybe we went too far, but we never meant to hurt you. I know, I said quietly. But intent isn't enough, love isn't enough, respect is needed, my consent is needed, and my right to a life is needed. That night I moved to Mrs. Johnson's house. I took only a few clothes, my books, and that little evidence notebook. I looked out my own home's window one last time. It was dark, quiet. The studio room that had glowed every night for 3 years was now closed. The cameras had stopped. And for the first time I was free. But freedom felt strange. I wasn't used to it. The first week I didn't know what to do with myself. After school my reflex was to rush home, do makeup, turn on lights. But there were no videos to shoot, no schedule to keep, just me. Maya, 15 years old, tired, lost, but free. Mrs. Johnson gave me space. You need to rediscover yourself, she said. Who are you without the camera? Find out. I did. I started small. I did my homework on time, really did it for learning, not grades. I read books just because I didn't have to promote them in a sponsored video. Ms. Rivera invited me to the school drama club. You might like it, she said. This time you're acting a role, you're not forced to be yourself. I went, people talked to me normally. They didn't know who I was, they didn't ask how many followers I had. They just said hi, and it felt so good I almost cried. 2 months passed, therapy sessions began. The first family meeting gave me stomach cramps, but the therapist, Dr. Chen, was calm and fair. He treated everyone equally, listened to everyone. Mom cried, Dad apologized, I listened. I didn't talk much, just listened. In the second session I spoke. I told everything, how I felt, how alone I was, how used I felt. They listened. For the first time, really listened. We didn't know, Mom said through tears. I mean, we didn't know you were hurting this much. Because you never asked, I said. You never said, Maya, what do you want? You never said, Maya, are you happy? You only said, one more video. In the fourth session, finances were discussed. Attorney Thompson attended. Bank accounts were opened. Real numbers came out. $847,000 earned, only $89,000 left. The rest gone to house, cars, vacations, daily spending. Mom and Dad were shocked seeing the numbers. Where did it all go? Dad asked himself. To living, I said coldly, living off my work. The remaining $89,000, plus any ongoing contractual payments from brands, even with accounts frozen, went into a trust fund in my name. I couldn't touch it until 18, but it was safe. It was mine. In the 6th week, a turning point. Mom came to session and looked straight at me. Maya, I'm sorry, truly sorry, I saw you as a project. As part of my success, but you're my daughter, and I lost you. I'm not saying this to be forgiven, just to say it. I'm so sorry. For the first time in years, I saw real remorse in her eyes. Not performative, not for show, just real. Thank you, I said, but forgiving will take time, trusting even longer, and maybe we'll never be like before. I know, Mom said, and I accept that. At the end of 2 months, Dr. Chen did an evaluation. Miller family, he said in the meeting, you've made progress. Maya, you've made progress, but this isn't an ending, it's a beginning. What happens at home isn't settled yet. Maya, are you ready to come home, or do you need more time? I thought, really thought. I'll come home, I said finally, but there are rules, my rules. I looked at everyone. 1, no filming, ever, no social media posts even without camera. My life is no longer content. 2, school is priority. If grades drop, no blaming or pressure. 3, financial transparency. I'll see my trust fund status every month. 4, we continue therapy, as a family. And 5, I paused. 5, if I ever feel unsafe again, if I ever feel used again, I'll leave, and this time I won't come back. Mom and Dad looked at each other, then both nodded. Accepted, Dad said, your rules. When I returned home, everything looked the same but different. The studio room had been cleared. Cameras, lights, equipment, all sold. It was just an empty room now. Mom said, this can be yours. Decorate it however you want. Maybe an art room, music room, or just your space. Thank you, I said, a strange sadness washed over me. I'd spent countless hours in that room, laughed, cried, performed, been myself. But that Maya was gone, a new Maya was here, and she was stronger. The other day I came across an old video. I was 13 doing makeup, smiling at the camera. Hi beauties, today I'm showing you. I stopped it. That girl felt so distant, like from another life. Goodbye, I whispered to the screen. You're free now. I'm 15 and a half now. School is going well. I have friends, real friends who like me for me, not my follow account. I got a small role in a school play. Audience, 50 people, not 5 million. And when they applauded, it was real people, not an algorithm. My relationship with my family is still complicated. Some days good, some hard, but at least we're honest now. No more acting. I'm not their ATM, they're not my managers. We're just a family wounded healing. I still get messages from old followers. Why aren't you posting? Why is your account silent? Come back. At first I felt guilty. Then I realized they miss my content, not my happiness. And I'm no longer content, I'm Maya. Last week, Mom asked me something. Maya, do you ever regret it? You had such a huge platform. If you'd continued, you'd be even more famous now. No, Mom, I said. I don't regret it. You know what I gained, my youth, my identity, myself. No follow account is worth more than that. So I'm asking you, if you had a talent that earned your family $850,000, but it was consuming you, what would you do? Keep pleasing them or fight to take your life back? I fought and I won. Maybe I lost them for a while, maybe I lost fame, but I found myself. And that's more important. All I want now is this. If you're ever in a situation like this, don't stay silent. Ask for help, because you're not a product, you're not a brand, you're a human being, and every human deserves freedom. And if you ever meet me one day, don't recognize me as that famous girl. Just recognize me as Maya. That's enough for me.